Oh, good. Is that what you guys are doing? Snacking on broccoli after dinner. I need to sow beans in the garden. I'm going to be sowing them straight into the garden, but I've got quite a lot of bean varieties, so I need to decide which ones I would like to grow this year. So I'm just having a look at my seeds. This is my seed storage container. It's a plastic container. Not sure what size it is. It doesn't say on the bottom. But what I have done inside is it fits 4 of these little storage trays. From memory, these are All Set. The brand is called All Set. Can't remember what the size is, but frosted storage tray from Bunnings, and they have these little dividers in them that are removable, which is quite handy because you can move them along the slots depending on how many seeds of different kinds you've got, and you can kind of organise them into categories. So that's my seed storage system that I came up with, and then I have a few extra things around the sides. So these are all my veggie seeds, and I've got herbs, some cover crops, so sunflowers and sunflowers. Some of the seeds aren't in here because I'm getting ready to sow them soon. And lots and lots of beans. Well, I was going to say beans are the thing I've got most of, but they do take up a lot of space. So probably I've got quite a lot of corn sitting in here from corn that we grew. Got a fair few pumpkins and squashes too. They're just not as big as the beans. So let's hurry up and figure out what I'm going to grow. Okay, it's hard to decide on what beans to grow. So I've got my bush beans, Borlotto, what I call burgundy Borlotto. It's just like a variation where they're more this nice dark burgundy colour. They don't grow exactly true, so some will grow like this, and some will just be like the normal Borlotto beans. Cannellino, the white ones, and kidney beans, which I've forgotten to save for the last couple of years because they're usually one of the first things to get cooked up, so I need to save some more seeds from those while I've still got some, so I don't have to buy more. And then some of the favourite climbing beans for drying, Apache Red. I've still got some of these ones that I got from the Heritage Food Crops Research Trust, so I'm going to be using up some of those because they're the oldest. The holy bean, or the angel bean, that's one of our favourites because it looks cool. Fat Goose is quite a good producer, so I'll do that one.
And the flag bean.
The genuine cornfield, I didn't grow that last season, but I grew it the season before, and they were quite tasty even though they weren't super productive, so I'm going to try those again. Salugia, that's one of the most productive beans, and it lasts for a long time. It's sort of got a long growing season and it holds quite well when some of the other beans have petted out in the summer, so that's always a good one. And then I'm just trying to decide if I should just grow a little bit of all these other ones, or most of the other ones. Good Mother Stellard, Hidatsa Shield Figure, Flag, the Black Duoco Boy. I sort of want a really good black bean. This one's not quite like the black beans that you get, like the black turtle beans that you use in Mexican type cooking. So I have got blue shaka mix on, that's another one, but they were quite nice, but they weren't particularly productive. So I'm sort of giving those, I've been giving them a rest while I try out other beans. I don't know, it's hard to know. I was going to try and get down to a few of the favourite varieties, but we haven't quite established what are our favourites yet, so I don't know. And then I've got for green beans, I've got hello I've got Blue Lake Runner, which is a new bean. So those are supposed to be good for processing and freezing. We've also got some of the we've got at least one Scarlet Runner bean. I think I'm just going to do a few of these other ones that are left to use up these older packets. And it is nice having different coloured patterns and colours of beans, so I'll just do a few of those as well. So I'm trying to get some beans planted before the week of rain comes. It's pretty cloudy at the moment and windy, but no rain yet. The kids have been helping me get mulch out, so I weeded the tiny weeds in this bed with the push-pull weeder and then mulched that with barley straw. And I've sowed the Blue Lake runner beans, green beans along this side, around the one Scarlet Runner bean that's over that end. And then I've left space for two cherry tomatoes here, and then sowed some Slogia beans on this side. And now we've got these two beds where I'm going to sow beans, and then they're going to go up the strings that hang from these trellises. I'll sow the beans and then I'll get the strings down. Not that that has to be done yet. So we finished mulching these beds too. This one I mulched sometime last week or something, but I didn't weed it first. There were some smaller weeds coming through, so I will have to get those out at some point. So I'm going to start sowing the climbing beans along here. Dinner's ready, so it's Sunday, Steve's made pizza, so I'll have to hopefully finish those beans after dinner if it's not raining, or if it is. Hooray, pizza! Somebody's keen. Hello, pizza. I'm back. getting pretty sifty. There's a storm blowing in, and the kids need to get off to bed, so I had to quickly finish sowing the beans, but I got them all in. So in the first bean bed, I'll try and remember what I did for my records. Apache red, I did 9 of those, and then I did 9 genuine cornfield, and then 8 of the holy flaming angel beans because I couldn't fit an extra one in. And then I've done 8 of the burgundy borlotti in diagonal spacing in 2 rows on this side, and then 8 of the normal borlotto, so 16 of the borlotto of some kind or other. So I did them sort of diagonal spacing, so like here, 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 2 rows. And I've left the other side empty for other things. The second bean bed I did. Oh good. Is that what you guys are doing? Snacking on broccoli after dinner. So I could only fit less of each variety in here because I had a bunch of varieties. Was that fat goose first? Oh, I'm forgetting now. Fat goose, 6. Flag, 6. Hedutza shield figure. Oh, I went out of alphabetical order. Hedutza shield figure, 6. And then Good Mother Stellard. I think I fitted 7 of those in. Or did I do 6? And then maybe I did. I did do a cowboy black bean on the end because I wanted to make it even. And then I did kidney beans, bush beans, and the same diagonal spacing along here. And then the third bean bed, I just talked about the climbing ones earlier. And then I did some peas along here. It's just peas that grew from the pea straw last season, and we saved a bunch of the seeds. So I put some peas in here. I thought I'd do those along the edge where the kids can reach and snack on them. And then cannelloni beans, I did 8 of those in there. It's a bit tricky because it's hard to reach into the middle with the arch here. So where did the cannelloni finish? About there, so I've got that space to put probably peppers. So I've got a lot of peppers to fit in. So beans are all in, so that's good. And the sky is looking increasingly grey. There's supposed to be a lot of rain and wind coming tomorrow. I also put a few peas over here. This is sort of a weird, awkward end where the rats dig up, so I don't want to put anything really important down there. So amongst the celery, I poked some more pea seeds in down there. And I'll just put more space there to put peppers or something else. Still got some carrots. The orange kumara that I put in jars on the windowsill to sprout or grow slips started growing little shoots 10 days after I put the ends of them in water. So they've got just little shoots growing at the tips. Ideally I'd like to get a heritage variety of kumara or sweet potato, and so it's a variety that I know what it is, and then be able to grow that and save some to store during the winter, and then grow shoots or slips or tupu, lots of names we call them, to plant the next season. but like last season we got them in so late. I think it was later in January by the time we got them in that we only got some really small ones, so it wasn't worth trying to save those. They probably wouldn't have lasted very long. So hopefully this year I can get them in sooner. Grow, little shoots, grow. And then we can save some from them for growing next season. Although I have no idea what variety they are, so in the long run I'll probably buy some heritage ones or something, so I can know what they are and know that they're more for garden cultivation rather than commercial ones. Depends really. I don't really know what these are, so I don't really know what they'll be like, especially the red ones, because they're a bit small, and the sort of odd shaped ones that were left over, which is not great for a mother kumara. You ideally want a nice sized and shaped one, not a huge one, but one that fits in a jar, but like a nice sort of uniform size. So is kind of what you want for sprouting, but it was cheaper to just buy some from the supermarket than buy slips at the moment, so that's what I've done this year. So I have just part of the ends of the kumara sitting in water in the jar. You can see there are roots starting to form as well. This is one of the ways you can do it. You can also put them in a box of sand and keep it moist, not wet but just moist, to sprout them, but this was just easier for me to keep an eye on them doing it this way. Thanks for joining us in today's vlog, guys. Choose to grow hope, and we'll see you next time. Bye.